People said Christmas was a season of miracles, but no one ever imagined that a little girl's simple question would change the life of a lonely widow forever. When 6-year-old Emily tugged her father's sleeve and whispered, "Daddy, can we bring her home for Christmas?" he froze. Because the woman Emily pointed at, a quiet, heavy-set widow sitting alone on the icy bench, was the last person he expected to see again. The Christmas market buzzed with music and lights, but John's heart felt heavier than the snow-filled sky. It was their first Christmas without Emily's mother. He tried his best to smile for his daughter, but loneliness crept in like a slow winter breeze. Emily, cheerful and tender-hearted, skipped ahead. She loved Christmas more than anything. Every lantern fascinated her, every carol made her sway. But suddenly she stopped, her smile fading. On a far bench, near the giant Christmas tree, sat a woman wrapped in an oversized coat. She looked tired, anxious, and left out. Her figure was large, her breaths visible in the cold air. People glanced at her but quickly looked away. She clutched a grocery bag with cheap items, the kind bought when someone counted every coin. Emily tugged John's hand. "Daddy," she looked sad. John followed her gaze, and his heart dropped. It was Mrs. Turner, the widow who lived 2 houses away. The woman his late wife used to bring homemade soup to. They hadn't spoken much since the funeral, not because of anger, but because grief had made them retreat into separate worlds. Emily walked toward her without hesitation. "Hi," she chirped. "Are you okay?" Mrs. Turner startled. "Oh, hello, sweetheart. I'm fine, just resting. I don't have family to celebrate with this year." Emily's eyes widened with the innocence of a child who couldn't understand why anyone would be alone on Christmas. John approached slowly. Mrs. Turner offered a shy smile. "I didn't expect to see you here," he said gently. "Just needed to feel something festive," she replied. "Even if it's from a distance." Emily stared at her for a long moment. Then she turned to her father, eyes hopeful, voice soft. "Daddy, can we bring her home for Christmas?" John froze. Mrs. Turner blinked in surprise, moved yet uncomfortable. "Oh no, honey, I wouldn't want to disturb," but Emily squeezed her hand. "You wouldn't disturb us. Mommy always said Christmas is for sharing love." In that moment, John saw something in Mrs. Turner's eyes, the same emptiness he felt every night. The weight of loneliness didn't come from her size, it came from her heart needing someone. He exhaled, kneeling beside Emily. "If you want, you can join us for dinner," he said softly. Mrs. Turner covered her mouth, tears filling her eyes. I'd be honored." When they reached home, Emily rushed to decorate everything, placing candles on windows, putting an extra ribbon on the tree, even dressing her stuffed animals in red hats. Mrs. Turner stood by the doorway, unsure where to step. She wasn't used to being welcomed. "John, are you sure this is okay? I don't want to be a burden." "You're not a burden," he said. "No one deserves to spend Christmas alone." As they prepared dinner, Emily chatted non-stop, telling stories about school, Christmas wishes, and memories of her mother. Mrs. Turner listened with warmth, occasionally laughing softly, something she hadn't done in a long time. During dinner, Emily insisted they all hold hands. "I want to make a Christmas prayer," she said seriously. She closed her eyes. "Thank you, God, for Daddy, and for sending Mommy's friend to us today. Please help her smile again." Mrs. Turner pressed trembling fingers to her lips, overwhelmed. Later, they sat near the fireplace. Emily leaned against Mrs. Turner, who gently stroked her hair, mother-like. John watched quietly, realizing that the room didn't feel empty for the first time in months. That night, while Emily slept, Mrs. Turner whispered to John, "You don't know what this meant to me. After my husband died, I felt invisible. My weight, my grief, people treat me like I don't exist. But today, I felt human again." John nodded. "Grief isolates us. Maybe we can help each other heal." Tears streamed down her cheeks. "Thank you for letting me be part of your Christmas." The clock struck midnight. Snowfall glimmered outside like tiny miracles dropping from the sky. when morning came, Emily woke up early, ran downstairs, and squealed with joy. She stayed. Daddy, she stayed. Mrs. Turner smiled, wearing a knitted scarf Emily had made overnight. From that day on, she became more than a neighbor. She became family, a warm presence that filled the silent spaces in their home. Christmas didn't bring back the people they had lost, but it gave them something just as precious: new hope, new connection, new beginnings, because sometimes, miracles don't appear in the sky, sometimes they sit alone on a bench, waiting for someone brave enough to say, "Come home with us."